need to be videoed this go around.
Yeah, well, it's just for your own personal enjoyment. All right, lights, camera, action, Ashley.
Alrighty, I'm here today to talk to you about Emerald Wealth. The reason why I chose this service offering, there's two reasons. One is this service is very near and dear to my heart. As my role in marketing, one of my areas of responsibility is Warren Averett Asset Management. So I serve all Warren Averett Asset Management marketing needs. So when Josh and Justin had come to the table with Emerald Wealth and said, we need to develop a brand. At the time, there was no, Emerald Wealth there was no name. We have a small portfolio offering and we need to come up with a brand. So this is I've helped with this process. It's been a long process, but it is so near and dear to my heart. Emerald Wealth, I'll just give kind of a brief overview. We briefly talked about it after Mary's presentation yesterday. We decided to disassociate this brand from Warren Averett, the Warren Averett name, just for the sheer reason that we have established such a high-level, exclusive brand of Warren Averett Asset Management. And we didn't want the Warren Averett name associated to a smaller portfolio offering to make our current clients think, well, why are they serving a smaller market now? But on the flip side of that, we are connecting Emerald Wealth with Warren Averett Asset Management from the bottom up, so that our Emerald Wealth clients know that we have the resources of a larger firm. So we'll go ahead and get started. The brand purpose, the reason why we felt there was a need for a small portfolio offering was, one, to increase assets under management. Two is to tap the underserved middle market. As we talked about yesterday, Warren Averett Asset Management serves $1 million, $1.5 million up. And we had been missing the boat. We had a lot of clients that had the potential to be $1 million clients, but in that interim, we were missing the boat because they were coming in on the ground level with other companies and growing with them. So this is a way for us to tap into that $250,000 to $1 million client, and if they see fit as they grow, we can then transition them to the Warren Averett Asset Management full-blown service offering. Roll over the rollovers. There's an opportunity with 401k complete clients. As executives are rolling out of 401k complete, that are retiring, this is a perfect opportunity for, especially if their 401ks are below $1 million, for us to be able to continue serving them. And then potential for outside CPA referrals. Because we don't have the Warren Averett branding name in our title or in our company name, we have the potential to touch other CPA firms to potentially send us referrals. Who is the ideal client for this service? Retiree. Baby boomers 65 and over who have worked really hard to invest and get where they are. Ideally, it's $500,000 to $1 million is their target range, because they're in retirement, but we want to make sure that they can maintain, they're not spending all of that every month. And then the moderate and emerging affluent. This is the millennials, Gen X, trailing Gen X population, 35 and up, mid-30s, who typically gain their money from professional services, physicians, lawyers, architects, and they can have $250,000 to $1 million in assets under management. The goal for moderate and emerging affluents is to pick up those clients that have the potential to grow into Warren Averett Asset Management clients who are looking to propel their wealth over the $1 million threshold. And then just overall, obviously not everyone's going to fit into those two nice little categories. Just overall, $250,000 to $1 million in investable assets. Who is our competition in this field? You know, everyone recognizes the mega brands like the Schwabs, the Morgan Stanleys. The problem with these types of service offerings is they're often cookie cutter. You don't have that personal contact with an advisor. And then the next level is the robo-advisor. Completely online based, very mechanical, not very personal, customized service. Most oftentimes in both of these cases, it's only focused on the investments. And Emirate Wealth is so much more than what either these two categories can offer. How is Emirate Wealth different? We have a dedicated accessible advisor. Right now we have one dedicated advisor, Aaron Nelson. He is located in the Birmingham market. However, he is planning to make regional visits every month to every 2 months. He is on fire for the service. He is so excited. Even if you're not sure if someone would fit into this service, talk to him. You know, he is very excited to gain a client base, to serve clients. Something else that's very nice is we share the investment committee, that we have shared investment committee decisions. The decisions that come out of the investment committee, which is comprised of our Chief Investment Officer, Melanie Nichols, the Senior Investment Analyst, Chris Driver, with Warren Aver Asset Management, they are driving all of the investment decisions for Emirate Wealth. While this service offering is a bit less hands-on, if you will, than the typical Warren Aver Asset Management client, they are still going to be communicated with on a monthly, weekly basis. The website that we're looking to launch is going to feature a blog that will be accessible, obviously, to clients, prospects, anyone who visits our website. But we will share the same content that Warren Aver Asset Management uses, with the market commentaries provided by Chris Driver, in addition to more soft topics that are relevant to this demographic. Mortgages, how to get debt-free, some of the more softer topics. Quarterly performance reports, just as we provide to Warren Aver Asset Management clients through an online portal. Periodic meetings will be offered, and that's we're not encouraging that or pushing that, but that's what's nice about having an advisor. He can have those meetings if needed. That's a differentiator with a Schwab and a robo-advisor. Personalized planning dashboard, which I will show you in just a moment, which is the key differentiator. That's the planning piece of what Emirate Wealth offers. That is, it dives deeper than the investment portfolio. It looks into someone's personal life. This, like Gavin had mentioned yesterday, is not updated, every quarter or every year as it would be with Warren Aver Asset Management. This is going to be every 2 to 3 years that it will be updated, but it's something that clients will have access to. And then specific investing models, and I'll show you an example of one of those. So this is the client dashboard for Emirate Wealth. You'll see that we said planning, it focuses on areas: retirement planning, investment planning, debt management, risk management. And the indicators are green, there's no action required, they're on the right track. Yellow, hey, we need to take a look at this, it needs some attention. And red is, we've got something that we need to do to get this in a better place. Okay, and then Emirate Wealth asset allocation models. So as we were talking yesterday, something that's a bit different than Warren Aver Asset Management is the Emirate Wealth models use more ETFs, so that's a lower cost option, and it just fits better within the small portfolio service offering. We use the same models as we use for Warren Aver Asset Management as far as categories: ultra conservative, conservative, moderate, growth, last one is escaping me, aggressive. But obviously the actual allocations and what is used within is different than Warren Aver Asset Management. Some of the points of difference. We have an unbiased approach. we are fee only. We're not commission based. We do not have a retainer fee. It is all based on just fees for the assets that we manage. Service. Our service is unparalleled to what the competition can provide in this space. We provide the general investment management piece, but the planning piece is the biggest factor, and the fact that we have a dedicated advisor for this service. Resources. The sheer fact that Emerald Wealth is backed by the resources of Warren Averett Asset Management, one of the top leading asset management firms in the Southeast in the country. They're ranked in the CNBC's top list. So to have those resources is just a huge differentiator in this space. Relationships. We believe that a great business is built on relationships, and by having, like I said, an advisor, a face to put with the company, because that's something that robo-advisors just don't have. And our why. We focus on the financial aspect of someone's life. It's important to them, it's important to us. It's not just another account in our system. Our goal is to make clients' lives easier. So how can you help? This is the second point of why I selected Emerald Wealth. We are the future of the firm. And as young business developers, this is one of the easiest, if not the easiest, service offering to get our business development feet wet. Because all of us, I'm sure, knows a relative, a friend, a family contact, a networking contact that you've met at a chamber event that falls within this category. So I'm very passionate about Emerald Wealth and how we can grow this service. So identify viable prospects, $250,000 to $1 million in investable assets. Schedule prospect meetings. Like I was saying earlier, Aaron Nelson is beyond excited to hit the ground running with this service. I will also tell you, just because he's in Birmingham, don't let that hinder or delay your process. All of the Warren Averett Asset Management advisors are more than happy to make initial meetings if needed. If that's more accessible, they are more than happy to introduce the service offering until Aaron can get in town. And then contact Aaron Nelson with questions. Questions?
Is he the sole person working on this?
Yes.
Is that dashboard, is that client facing or us facing?
Client facing.
That's what their meetings run with.
And then that we're looking at uploading to the client portals, because it's not going to be updated as often as the Warren Averett Asset Management dashboards. That way it will be accessible anytime they log in to check quarterly performance or anything like that.
Is this the first time you've given that presentation?
You want to come to asset management?
Yeah. You want to give mine?
I have lived to breathe.
She is a marketing person, by the way.
Pretty strong.
So, other questions?
I have another one. I know Pensacola and asset management, we have some clients under $1 million. So, I mean, I'm sure that's because we didn't offer this, so what is going to be?